Hey guys, what's up? We got a drawing video here. Today we're drawing some Batman, The Dark Knight. Both sides of the coin, Bruce Wayne and Batman. Sort of my interpretation of them, kind of how he appears in my imagination, in my headscape, rather than any specific actor or any artist's interpretation. Starting with Bruce Wayne, start with the normal one before we get extra later. But even this, he's pretty extra, even just as Bruce Wayne. For some reason, I've chosen a pose, a look reminiscent of Batman Forever. I guess I chose that because, uncontroversially, it's considered the best Batman film. Kiss from a Rose is an iconic song, forever linked with Batman for me. I guess I wanted to tie that together. I feel like Bruce Wayne's look is constantly that he's bizarrely at a classy funeral chic. Because his whole life is a funeral, and he knows nothing else. Save the sad boy. I guess my Bruce Wayne is a little bit different. He's a bit less chunkier than typically artists draw him, but I like the idea of him being a kind of more lean ninja. The cheekbones that dominate everything is a very important Bruce Wayne feature. The piercing blue eyes. I kind of feel like he should look like one of those Roman marble busts, but come to life. Sort of chiseled, noble, pretty boy, swaddling himself in leather and carrying a rose as perfect. Wow. Something I really want to include here is that one evening I went absolutely feral and drew just a whole range of these really awful Bruce Wayne outfits. This sort of bespoke line of very cursed outfits. I did this late into the night. I was possessed, and now you have to look at them. Alright, now we're moving on to The Dark Knight, his evening dress. This is quite a different batsuit than your typical one, than the classic one. It's probably quite controversial, but I think the great thing about doing fan art is you can be controversial. No one can stop you. So I've sort of abandoned a cape. He's got more of a sort of trench coat built into the suit. It's sort of all tied together. There's no bat symbol on his chest, but he's got it on his utility belt. He's got a thigh strap for the belt, because that's very important. I guess sort of I want a Batman who's less combat based and less sort of tactical and more gothic, almost taking a step away from being a superhero as we have them in our current day and age, looking very futuristic and like tactical gear. And my Batman in my head is much more of a detective and a adventurer, perhaps, in a sort of, classic pulp sense, maybe a bit of an Indiana Jones sense. He certainly fights crime, adventures against crime, solves crimes, but he's not exactly in the superhero headspace of having a symbol on his chest and a cape. Currently, he's a sort of gentleman adventurer detective. It was my idea when I put this suit together. Also, I love a popped collar on Batman. I think it's the best. Obviously, there's some Gotham by Gaslight influence here, mainly in the popped collar, because the collar is everything, and I don't understand why Batman's regular suit doesn't have a collar. It always should. So yeah, I guess I'll talk a bit about my favourite Batman artists while I'm here. Definitely Tim Sale, Darwin Cook. They're both iconic. I think they managed to sort of distill Batman and the world and vibe of Batman so perfectly to me. Dustin Nguyen is really good also. I think about his Batman art a lot. I guess just any artists that has a buttload of shadow in there. The less you can see, the better. Ideal dream Batman artist, a black page. David Mazzucchelli on Batman Year One. Oh my goodness, iconic. And the colors were Richmond Lewis, I believe, did the colors, because the colors and the images go so beautifully in Batman Year One. The most iconic thing about that story is it looks beautiful, and it's so vibes with the Batman. I actually did a sort of study/tribute piece to Year One a bit earlier this year. Maybe I'll throw that up as well. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out, but I am cribbing from the best, so of course it looks good. And of course, you can't do a Batsuit without the purple gloves. Iconic aspect that is used once or twice. I guess Year Zero kind of had a nod to it. Collar, purple gloves, they're everything, those two. I tried to make the colours a bit more unnatural on the Batman piece versus the Bruce piece, which was tried to be a little bit more realistic in the lighting, sort of an orange sunset or dawn vibe, but this is an odd bright red night. Sort of the idea that once you go into Batman, you go into this fantasy. Gotham turns into this fantasy world by night. It's not just a city, it's another ethereal plane of being that Batman operates in. So there we go, Bruce Wayne, the Batman. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more art and also dumb videos. Oh, I did it. I pitched the channel so well. Who are your favorite Batman artists? What's your favorite Batsuit design? Let me know in the comments. I would genuinely love to know. I'm not being weird. Thanks for watching, and peace out.